Okay. Does it say it's recording? Yeah, it says it's recording. All right. So I'm just going to start off with announcements. And you guys probably have seen most of these. I just got them off the Coach News on the Team Beachbody website. But this month is a $20 off all challenge or completion packs, which is a really helpful thing right now. I know that last year it was really helpful in me just to, go back and follow up with some of those people that had given me like money objections and different things like that throughout the year, just to kind of follow up with them and just say like, hey, I know you were concerned about the price before, but all of our challenge packs are like $20 off this month. And I like to also kind of tell them that like never happens, because I feel like sometimes people are just waiting for like these deals, but as we know, it's very rare that happens. So just just really talking to people about the No Excuses November, and just, like I said, following up with those people who use the money objection. I mean, a lot of times it's a lot deeper than that, but it's kind of a good chance to follow up with them and just to start the conversation about that again. The other thing is that the new program Bar Blend is releasing soon, and I looked into it a little bit more to get some more information. I haven't really watched like the promo videos, but I know that they have a lot of those out. But it is going to be anyone who purchases a Bar Blend challenge pack, I believe it is, gets $20 off, or no, wait, anyone that purchases a challenge pack in the month of November gets $20 off the accessory bundle, or $10 off the digital only. So that's kind of nice too. So if you do have someone who decides to purchase something in November, like a challenge pack, it's good to check in with those people too, because $20 off the accessory bundle and $10 off the digital. I haven't looked at the prices, but like, usually the digital isn't that much at all. So they could almost start that program for like next to nothing. So if you do sign someone up in November, make sure you make them aware of that, because if they don't check their emails and stuff, they probably don't know that. So they should be getting a promo code. So follow up with those people. It looks like there's a sample workout that's going to be available on November 25th. So I think that's, I don't have my planner with me right now, but I think that's Monday. So that will be kind of fun to check out and just see. I'm excited for it. It's a different type of a program. And a lot of people that tried it, like at the, I don't know, there's some conference out in Arizona, I think earlier this year, like people got to try it and they said it was a lot more challenging than they thought too, but I think it'll be kind of nice just to switch things up. So I'm excited about that program. And then also, if you purchase any of the Bar Blend offers, I believe it's any of them, even just like the accessory bundles, you get a chance to get 60% off 2B Mindset or the Ultimate Portion Fix. So if you haven't tried that and you are planning on signing up with Bar Blend, definitely look into that, because that can really save you some money if you're interested in trying the nutritional programs that Beachbody offers. Also, the Coach exclusive window is December 3rd through the 15th, and I think it will be similar to Morning Meltdown, where we get those first 10 workouts during that amount of time. So December 3rd, the launch day, through December 15th, just for coaches only, and then they'll go away. But then customers will be able to purchase that program on December 16th. And then it looks like, I'm not sure if, I'm guessing they'll have early access, like I don't know if it'll be similar to Morning Meltdown, where they have like I don't even know what you call them, but like the preview type workouts, like that prepare you. I don't know if they'll have that or not, but the actual VIP early access actually starts on January 13th. So I guess we'll kind of see if they have like the sample workouts, or I don't know, kind of the way Morning Meltdown it was, I'm guessing, but not for sure on that. And then everyone who loves a good sale, Black Friday sale starts on November 26th through December 3rd. And I saw that they were going to have 70% off a lot of their apparel from major name programs. So that would be interesting. I'd be excited to know if they have like any of the cute Morning Meltdown stuff for like 70% off. Definitely going to check it out and see if they have some of those different programs like that. So check that out if you like a good deal. It looks like peppermint mocha is still available, so I'm still going back and forth on it. I ordered 3 boxes, and I'm like, I don't cancel my normal Shakeology, so I'm like, okay, now I have like a lot of Shakeology, so probably won't be ordering another box, but it's so good that I really want to, and we'll see. I might still cave and order another box, because I think I'm getting to the bottom of my first box. But if you're interested in trying that or getting more, I would definitely suggest ordering it soon, because I'm guessing they will sell out pretty soon here. I'm surprised it hasn't sold out yet, because it's that good and a lot of people ordered more. And then just a reminder that 6 weeks of the work is VIP early access. So if anyone's interested in trying that, I think I'm going to start that one on Monday, and it will be available on Beachbody On Demand not until April 21st. So if you want the early access, that's now through April 21st. Otherwise, it will be available to everybody then. And it looks like the Bar Blend program will be available to everybody in June. So you'll have to wait for that one. So those are what I kind of found for announcements. And then I'm just going to go ahead and get started with our call. I decided to title tonight's call, Tips for Working Your Business During Tough Times, just because I feel like a lot of us on our team are going through just different transitions in life, or maybe just some different challenges that we're facing. And I think we can just all relate to the fact that sometimes life is tough. Like, it can just be tricky. I mean, life isn't one of those things. It has its ups and downs. It's not always just smooth sailing. Whether you're a school teacher and you're having a stressful school year, whether you're dealing with like family issues or different, like, I know we have some like health problems with some family members, different things that can just bring stress. Marriage isn't always easy. It has its ups and downs. And maybe you're even adjusting to a new baby or new family members, just the different things, changes that come up in our life, and can sometimes just life throws them at us, and it's just making an adjustment to it. Sorry, I don't know how to, I should mute my notifications. I think they keep going off here. Turn it down. Okay. See if that works. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, basically just recognizing that life is tough. It's not always easy, and sometimes it can be hard just, I don't know, pushing forward. And sometimes I know for myself that one of the things that I do is I tend to just feel discouraged, and I just feel down about things, and I just feel, I don't know, when I get home from work, I just want to like crumple up on the couch and just relax and snuggle my cat and just be done with the day, and like try to make, you know, the best out of the next day, and I just am done by the end of the day. But I also know that it's important that if I want this business to work for me, that I have to push through and I have to stay consistent, which I think it's very hard. It's easy to stay consistent when life is going well, when I'm not stressed out. I know that like during the summer, I feel like I'm very consistent with my business just because I'm not teaching. It's a slower time of the year for me. But once the school year rolls around, I struggle with that more so. So yeah, just wanted to give some tips that have been helping me. I was also in a Push to Diamond group from Team Arise, and there was a video, and it really stood out to me. It's by Keith Callahan. And if you guys have ever listened to him, he's very motivational. He's very inspiring. And there was a quote, and I know I messaged Alicia and Kayla about this already, but it just really hit home for me. And it does use the S word, so I hope it's okay if I use that word on here, but it is in his quote, so hopefully I don't offend anyone here. But he basically said, like, life is hard. You need to stop wallowing in your shit and start walking through it. And that just like really registered with me, because I'm like, that's true. Because a lot of times I just, you know, get home after a rough day and I'm just like, oh my goodness, like this is going on. I just like vent to Eric and I just almost like dwell on it, you know, and sometimes like I'll hang out with my coworkers and I just dwell on it, and I use it almost as like an excuse. Like, I have texted Alicia before and just been like, you know, things are really, really hard right now. And I feel like I use it kind of like an excuse. And instead of doing that, I need to start walking through it and recognizing that, yes, this is hard right now, but I can conquer this. And if I really want this business to grow, and if I really want this to work for me, I have to just keep pushing through. So that really motivated me. And I know that Alicia, sometimes when I have told her about the different things going on, she has said, like, use those feelings that you have, use those frustrations to fuel the fire for your business. And that's so true. Like, someday if I do choose to stay home with kids in the future and walk away from teaching for at least some amount of time, I have to make this business work for me, because I want to be able to have that income. I want to have the flexibility, the option to stay home with my kids someday. So I have to use some of these hard things in my life to fuel my desire, my passion for this business. And that's kind of the mindset shift that I'm trying to work through, is, you know, recognizing that, yes, this is hard, but I'm going to use these hard things to push me through, to make me want this business to work even more. Because if you're just sitting there feeling sorry for yourself, yes, it's easy to do. I'm so guilty of it. I do it all the time, but that's not helping me overcome it. I think honestly, it just makes me feel worse, to be honest. Like I just feel sorry for myself even more. So you have to just push through. So the first thing is just recognizing it. And then I have basically like 5 tips just for things that have been helping me get through and stay consistent with my business, like during a very stressful school year. And let me just be honest and clear, it is not the students in my class. It's more, I don't want to get into a lot of details, but it's more just the environment at my school, things that the district is pushing in, the stress that's put on teachers, kind of a lack of disrespect for teachers, and just kind of a job that you go to and you just feel like discouraged, and it's not like a happy atmosphere. So it just makes you feel upset. Other people are upset around you and it kind of rubs off on you. So recognizing that, but then letting myself like just being like, you know what, I want to be able to control my work environment and, you know, really make this coaching thing work for me. So 4 tips that's been helping me get through this tough time in my life while staying consistent with my business. And my first tip that I have is to get up early. Like I hate mornings. I've said this many times, like I am not a morning person. I grew up on a dairy farm where I had to get up early all the time, but I don't like it. Like it's just not me. I'm not a morning person. But just from you know, like I listen to Rachel Hollis all the time and they do their 5 to Thrive. And one of them is wake up an hour earlier just for that, you know, time for you to get things done. And I find that even though I love sleeping in for an extra hour, a lot of times I just have to make myself get up and start my day right, because I would rather get up and start my day right than have to come home and play like catch up or feel like I'm playing catch up all day. Yes, sleep's important. Sometimes I do choose sleep. Like it kind of just depends where I'm at. But the majority of my days, I am getting up early to start my day off on the right foot right away. And really making that time for you and whatever that looks like I feel like it can be different for everybody. I'll kind of share like how I start my day right, but I think you really just have to think about like what works best for me. Like, you know, what do I need during that first hour? Because maybe you're a mom, you have kids at home, there might be different things that you need to get done. Maybe some of it's, you know, housework, I don't know, or just some you time, you know, that's important too. Because I feel like whatever you do right away in the morning sets your tone for the day. And one of the things I like to do right away is to do my devotions right away in the morning. I feel like that puts me in the right mindset for the day, as well as some PD. It really helps me to do my personal development. Right now I'm still reading Rachel Hollis's Girl Stop Apologizing. Super good, highly recommend it. And then I listen to podcasts while I get ready for my day as well. So that's kind of like after I've done my workout and everything, I'll listen to podcasts just because. And if I don't have kids riding in the car with me, I will listen to podcasts on my way to school too, because I just feel like it helps my mental state. When I have kids, I don't want to bore them with that. So we do listen to music when my niece is riding with me. But if it's just me, I usually listen to that just to put me in the right mindset for the day. So tip 1, get up early. Tip 2 is drink your pre-workout and send out 5 to 10 invites, because this is something that I just started doing over the past couple nights, because I was going to school and coming home and just being done, like just done with the day. Like I just didn't have the energy. And on those days like that, it's nice to know that you sent your invites out right away for the day. And I know I've posted this in our thread too. So when I get up, I mix up my pre-workout, then I usually go do my devotions. And then I get, even before I read, like honestly, reading happens mainly on the weekends, or if I have extra time in the morning. A lot of times it's podcasts for my PD. But while I'm drinking that pre-workout after my devotions, I go straight into those invites. And if you do like a post, it's really easy, because you just go through and see who liked your post and send out that invite, you know, just be like, thanks for liking my post, like, and then just go through with the rest of your invites. So that makes it really easy. Other days I usually go to my stories and, you know, figure out who have I not invited to join me for the last, 2 months or so, whatever. I try to, like, some people ask every month. I don't like to ask every single month. I like to do kind of every other. So like right now I'm sending invites to people unless they told me to follow up with them like within the next month. But usually like in November, I'm inviting the same people, a lot of the same people that I asked in September, just to give them, a month off, and then just be like, hey, have you decided, are you interested? We have a promo going this week or this month, different things like that, just to kind of, be like, hey, I'm still here, because I know Alicia had to do that with me all the time. Like I was always like, oh, no thanks, but she was consistent, and I'm so glad she was, like, so thankful for that. But yeah, like I said, I like to get those 5 to 10 invites done right away in the morning. I'm an overthinker, but for some reason in the morning, I don't tend to overthink it very much. Like I think it's because I know I have to get that workout done because I have to get ready for school. Like I know that I have a limited amount of time to get it done. And so I don't overthink it like, oh, I wonder, nope, don't have time for that. Like just get it done. And then the other thing is, I like to get it done before I decide that I don't have time. I mean, obviously, ideally, when I get home from school, I sit down and work my business for like an hour, hour and a half. That's on an ideal day. But I'm also a farm wife, so sometimes when I get home, like sometimes it's like, oh, can you run to John Deere? Can you do this? Can you run to O'Reilly's and get parts for this? Then can you bring them home? Then can you take so-and-so out to the field? Oh, wait, we got stuck. Can you get the tractor and come out to the field? Like sometimes I just have no control of my evening, and I don't want to decide that like I don't have time. You know, obviously we all have time, but there's like sometimes you just feel like you don't. So the way I see it is getting a small number, even if I don't have time later in the evening just because my day is crazy or I just had a really bad day, at least I know that I still got those 5 to 10 invites done that morning. And yes, I try to aim for more like, you know, I'd rather be hitting like 20 invites a day, to be honest. But I know that doing 5 to 10 is better than doing nothing at all. So, you know, some days that's all I get, and I'm okay with that. Like, as long as the other days I try to kind of make up for that a little bit, you know? So, but even just showing up, 5 to 10 invites is better than absolutely doing nothing. That's kind of my take on that. So that's tip 2, pre-workout while doing 5 to 10 invites. Tip 3 is work out right away in the morning, because once again, like I said, overthinking things, I literally think that for some reason, my brain is still asleep in the morning because I feel like I can work out harder when I wake up in the morning and get that workout done. For some reason, like I think it was on Monday that I decided to do an afternoon workout because I did allow myself to sleep in. It was just kind of a rough weekend and I just needed that time. And you do have to listen to your body sometimes. But the afternoon workout was so much harder. Like I was like, I'm literally dying. Or in the morning, I think my brain's still asleep. So I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I don't overthink it. I don't know. It just seems easier to just get it done. And once again, I don't have excuses. Like I know last year I was always working out in the afternoons. Like I was like, I'm just not a morning workout person. It just works better in the afternoons. And I remember one time trying to do my workout and Eric needed me to come to the field and I'm like, oh, I'm going to finish my workout. And then they were waiting for me and it just wasn't an ideal situation. I'm sure farm wives can understand how sometimes farmers get a little impatient. I was like, my workout's my priority. And yes, it is, but like, let's just avoid all that. I know for myself, it just works better if I get it done right away in the morning while everyone's sleeping. I don't have to go out to the field, most likely, unless it's planting season, they're up at 5, but usually they don't call me out in the morning. So that's no excuses, no interruptions, get my workout done because, you know, we're supposed to be working on ourselves as well. And I think a lot of times, that's one of those things that we just like forget about too, is like, yes, we're doing this coaching business. Yes, we're helping other people, but what about us too? Like we're supposed to be getting results for us and making sure we're doing that as well. So that's kind of included in my me time right away in the morning. Tip 4 is showing up on social media, even when it's hard. And like, sometimes like, I don't know, I feel like I haven't been as active on social media as like I am in the summer when things are easier. Like it's hard during the school year. My school year is so packed with stuff right now that like, honestly, like my breaks are like trying to use the restroom, trying to eat my lunch, like trying to get things done. Like I feel like I have so many deadlines this year just for different things. But even if you're just posting like a quote or sharing something that someone on the team tagged you in, like with all these little fun challenges that we're doing, like that's still showing up. And, you know, some days, like I try to shoot for showing up on social media, like at least 3 times throughout the day, like morning, noon, and night. But like today, I don't think I showed up at noon at all. And you know what? You just have to be flexible with it. I just try to like show up on my lunch break at least once, post something, but it doesn't always happen. It's my goal, but just do the best you can. And I think it's important too to remember, like, to be real. Like, obviously, you don't want to be like super negative on social media, but like sometimes recognizing, like, I'm a teacher, I know there's other teachers in the group, like sometimes we're teacher tired. Like sometimes it's a rough day and you don't have to get on there and like call out all the reasons why, but like, you know, that makes you relatable. People realize that you're human. You're not perfect. And I think it helps people be able to relate to you too, and just, showing up, not just taking like a week off or whatever, just trying to do like the best that you can, just to show up every single day and let people know that, life's hard sometimes, but I'm still here. I'm still trying to get my workout done. I'm still trying to take care of myself. If I can't work out right now, like, I'm just working on myself, going through this. And I think that's important as well. Okay, so one more tip 5, and I don't know why I feel like my voice is getting hoarse. Probably just a long day. I've had a cough. I don't know, but I promise I wasn't yelling at kids all day, but I feel like my voice is getting scratchy. Tip 5 is, if you fall off, jump back on. And I think that's so important to remember. I tend to kind of be a perfectionist at times. And so sometimes when I feel like I'm not reaching my goals like I would like to be, I just get discouraged. And I think it's important to remember that none of us are perfect. We all fall off from time to time. I think it was like a couple of weeks ago, I was just going through some really hard times, and I probably only sent out invites like 2 days out of the week. And like, I feel like if I don't start off the week sending invites, like if I don't do it on Monday, then I'm like, oh, and I keep pushing it off. And then I'm not like working my business at all. And it's so important to remember that, what? So what? You missed doing your invites this week. Guess what? Next week's another week. Like, don't give up on the whole month. Like, maybe you haven't been consistent in your invites all month. Guess what? We still have half of November left, a little less than half of November left. Like, you can still show up. You can still be consistent. Just jump back on. Like, I feel like we all fall off from time to time. And yes, our goal is to become more consistent, because with the more consistency you have, the more success you have. And I know, like, for me in my business, it's not immediate. Like, I think a good example is, I started showing up more consistently in my business last spring. So probably around like April, May, end of the school year. But I didn't really reap the benefits of that until like July was one of my best months I had ever had in my business. And I believe that was being consistent for like April, May, June, and most of July. Like, and yes, I probably had like, I was probably motivated from Summit and everything like that. But I feel like that consistency really, really helped. And then I'll be honest, once the school year started, I wasn't as consistent. Was I still showing up and trying to do my invites every day? Yes. But I wasn't quite as consistent. And I feel like you definitely feel the effects of that, So definitely just, if you fall off, it's okay, but just try to jump back on and gain that consistency again, just show up. It's okay. You don't have to be perfect, but just do what you can. And I know it can be tempting sometimes. Like I said, like a couple weeks ago, it was just rough. I had like a meeting that went from 3:10 until 5:30. Like, I didn't do my invites. And then the next day I was like, oh, I didn't do my invites. Like, and you just kind of like, like I'll wait till Monday. Like, no, like you didn't do them. It's okay. Guess what? Today's a new day. Like, start over. So, and that's kind of why I like to go back to, like my 5 to 10 invites a day right away in the morning. Because guess what? If the day went like this, I still did something, even if it's something small. So I guess those are like my 5 tips just for when life is hard, and just for like staying consistent and the different things that have helped me. So do you guys have any questions or anything to add in? Yes, Kayla, you get me, the struggles during harvest, right? It can be difficult. So yeah. And yeah, we are priorities. Like, and it's not that my husband doesn't understand that either. Like he gets that, but like sometimes like when something's stuck and they need the tractor, like that's their priority too. So yeah, it just works better if I can, get my workout done right away in the morning. My coaching business, I can take a break. Like that literally happened the other night when I had to go drive a tractor out. Like I was working on stuff and I was like, oh goodness, okay. And I just came back to it when I got home. But a workout's a little harder to stop in the middle and go, at least for me. Like when I'm working out, I like to be uninterrupted. So, oh yeah, and I guess I didn't really write this in here, but something that I've been trying to do, I guess, as far as like in my coaching business. So this is just kind of like a random tip, I guess. It's not necessarily for like working through the hard times. But something that I watched on like some training call that I watched was they said to take your notebook. And like I had been keeping track of my invites and connections like on Google Streak, and I actually stopped doing that just because it was hard for me to always have a laptop with me, like, and the app on my phone just wasn't very friendly. So I went to the notebook. Like I had started my business using Google Streak and decided to go back like Alicia does with the notebooks. But the training video that I watched, and I actually don't have that notebook with me right here. This is like my training one. But what I do is I take, and I think Alicia's kind of shared this too, but I basically take my notebook and I divide it in half right here. And then I do my invites. So I start at the bottom, and I don't know, this is just me. Like I start at my bottom and I write down the names of the people that I invite on this side. And then like I'll leave, like I don't write invites on the top yet. I leave just a blank space because hopefully if I only did 5 to 10 in the morning, hopefully I'll come back and do a few more. And then up here, like this is where my line is once again, I do like my new follows. And as soon as I follow someone, I try to like comment, like, you know, on like a couple of their pictures and comment on something. And then I just kind of write it down because I was using the unfollow app and I got like blocked from Instagram for an entire week, like Instagram jail, like I couldn't do anything. So I had to uninstall that app because it said it was a third-party app. So I'm having to do like old school, like follow, and then I'm gonna have to go back and unfollow, which I have not done yet, but it's gonna take more time, but I don't care to be blocked on Instagram for a week again, or who knows, like if they would end up like deleting my account. Like I've done a lot of work with that. I don't want to have to start over. So I do like I'll write like at the top of this, I'll say like new follows. And then like if I want to jot a note down about them. And then over on like usually around this side, I put like connections because I know that when I first started my business, I wasn't connecting with people as much. And I actually had like a call with Alicia and Lisa Hansen, and we talked about that. And we kind of recognized that I wasn't making connections with people. So I try to go through, and the first people I connect with are those people who are watching my stories. Because those are the people that are interested in me and they're watching my stories, most of them consistently every single day. So I try, like if they are lit up that they have a story, I automatically click on their story, look at what they're doing, try to comment on something, or at least send like the love emoji or like something to theirs so that I'm popping up in their inbox as well. And then I jot that down that those are the people that I'm connecting with, because hopefully if we can get conversations going, then it is a more comfortable invite. You know, it's not just like I'm randomly asking this person I don't even know and have never talked to join me, because like I don't have that relationship with them. So that's kind of what goes on this side is my connections, and then eventually it meets the invites list, and I'll write like invites whenever I'm done like inviting for the day. I might leave myself a couple more spaces because sometimes you randomly see something like a post on Instagram. It's like, help, I need to lose weight, I have a vacation coming up, and it's like, oh, gotcha girl, you know. So I like to leave like a space or two just you know, in case I find someone else throughout the day. But yeah, so they were basically saying that like a good way to hit Success Club is by having 60 conversations with people a day. Now, do I get 60 conversations? Because I think there's like 30 lines or something on here, like 32 lines or something like that. Do I get 60 conversations going every day? No. I did on Monday, Tuesday, I think 3 days. So today I did not get 60 conversations. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I did, like just through, and I consider that invites. Even my like little comments that I'll make on things, I still consider that a conversation. So basically like 60 connections with people, with a person a day. And have I hit Success Club yet? No, I have like, well, I have like Success Club 2. And then I had someone that signed up with like Beachbody on Demand. So I tried like, hey, like for $30, you can get the performance line for a month, you know, and they just weren't interested at all. So I tried, but you know, so I'm not saying that like if you do that, you're automatically going to get, you know, hit Success Club 5 or Success Club 10, but I think it does help, and it helps me stay aware of the fact if I'm making connections with people instead of just randomly sending invites, because some people cold invites work for. Like I know Alicia sends cold invites and it works for her, but for me, I'm someone that I just have to build a connection with. It doesn't I don't think I come across very authentic to people that don't know me very well. So I just have to, you know, work on getting to know them and make them feel comfortable as well. So that's just kind of what I've been doing and trying lately, and we'll see kind of how that goes. I'll keep you guys updated, but that's kind of like my goal, and just to keep myself on track. And then I'll be able to go back through and see like, oh, who was I connecting with last month that I haven't really, you know, connected with this month, like, and kind of keep track of that. I haven't like figured that all out yet, but I'm working through it, switching over just from Google Streak to the old-fashioned notebooks. So as a teacher, it's easy. I mean, yeah, I have a computer at school, but it's just easier if I just bring that notebook with me everywhere I go. I can even bring it out to a field that I don't have like super good like cell phone service. So it works for me. All right. Anyone have any questions or anything else you want to add in? All right. Okay, well, then you guys have a great night. I'll talk to you later. I will try to figure out how to save this recording. So wish me luck. I struggle with technology sometimes, so give it a try. All right. Have a good night, guys.